Do you see the difference in makeup on my left versus my right side? Hi everyone, it's Smitha. Welcome back. Did you know that you can do makeup in reverse order to get a more natural look? Today I'm going to be doing reverse makeup on one side of my face and just regular makeup on the other side so you can compare the two and decide for yourself which one you like more. So without further ado, let's begin. I'm going to start with a primer, and for that I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Whether you're doing reverse makeup or regular, it's always important to prime your face, so I'm going to be using this all over my face. After applying any primer, it's important to press it into your skin so it's well absorbed and it covers up and smooths out the fine lines. On my left side, which is your right side, because I'm going to be doing regular makeup, I'm now going to be using foundation. The one that I'm using is Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation, and this is in the shade Suntan. The easiest way to apply a foundation when you don't have color correctors or anything underneath the foundation is to use a flat top kabuki brush. It gets down really fast, and when you use brushes, the coverage is also more than when you use a sponge because sponge tends to absorb some of the product. And on my right side, because I'm going to be doing reverse makeup, I'm going to start adding dimensions before I use the foundation, starting with contour. And for that, I'm going to be using a deeper shade of concealer from Colourpop in the shade 200N. I'm taking a little bit in the back of my hand, and with the flat top kabuki brush, I'm going to dab it in the circumference of my face, in the hollows of my cheekbones, in my jawline, as well as to contour my nose, starting with my right side. And then I'm going to be contouring on my left side over the foundation like we normally do. On my left side, because I already have the foundation on, the contour will mix with the foundation or blend with the foundation, and it'll look more subtle than how it looks on my right side where I don't have the foundation on. Next, with the Milani concealer in the shade 145, which is a true match to my skin tone, or which is the color of my skin tone, I'm going to conceal in areas where I have uneven skin, like around my eyes and mouth. You can also use this on spots that you might have on your face. That's called spot correction. And I'm just using a damp sponge to blend it out. When you're using a concealer to conceal or spot correct, try to use a concealer that's a correct match to your skin tone. If you go any lighter, sometimes it mixes with the blue undertones of the uneven skin tone and start looking ashy. And after you're done with concealing and correcting, you can use a lighter shade of concealer. Here I'm using the Milani concealer in the shade 135 to highlight my face. So I'm going to be using this on the highest planes of my face. And what do I mean by that? Anything on your face that protrudes front, like the bridge of your nose, the highest points of your cheekbones, your chin, your forehead. Those are the high points, and you can use a lighter shade of concealer there to highlight it. And then with the same damp sponge, this one's from Ofra Cosmetics, I'm going to blend out this concealer. On the left side, the base makeup is pretty much done. So I'm going to start setting that side of the face with powder. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Translucent Setting Powder to first set around my eyes because my concealer tends to crease there. And then I'm going to lightly set my face just on the left side. But on my right side, I'm still not done adding dimensions. So I'm going to be using a blush now. This is a liquid blush by Rare Beauty in the shade Love. I'm just taking a little bit in the back of my hands and applying it with a brush. And for highlighter, I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty highlighter in Mesmerize. This is one of my favorite liquid highlighters. Again, taking it in the back of my hand and applying it with the kabuki brush. When you're doing reverse makeup, using a liquid formula of products to add dimensions like blush and contour looks more flawless than using powder. Now that I'm done adding dimensions, I'm going to be using the foundation on my right side as well. If you remember, on the left side, I used a kabuki brush to blend out the foundation, but on my right side, I'm using a damp sponge. And the reason for that is I already have products on my face before I apply the foundation. Now if I use a brush, sometimes the bristles tend to pull all of those products and mix it with the foundation. Whereas when you use a sponge, it's going to press the product in and it's not going to move anything that's underneath. Another thing to keep in mind is to never use a full coverage foundation when you do reverse makeup. If you do, then it's going to cover up all the dimension that you've added underneath, so you won't be able to see that dimension. But if you use a light to medium coverage foundation, you can still see through the foundation and you can still see some of that dimension, but it's going to be very subtle. And next is when I'm going to set my face with powder. While the right side is complete, we haven't really added much dimension to our left side other than the contour and concealer. So I'm going to be using the Benefit Fire Queen palette, starting with the Hoola bronzer. I'm going to use it to deepen the contour that we did on the left side. And then for blush, I'm going to be using Starlit. Next for highlight, I'm going to be using Blaze. When you do regular makeup like this, you have to pay extra attention to blending, because if it's not blended well, you can tell. But with reverse makeup, because you're applying everything under the foundation, it's very forgiving, because once you apply the foundation, it blends automatically. I'm sure you can already tell that on my left side, it's so much more deeper, it has more color than on my right side. Now the base makeup is done on both sides. I'm going to finish the rest of the face, starting with my brows. I'm going to be using the Precisely My Brow from Benefit. This is a brow pencil in the shade 4.5, just to fill in the sparse areas. And then I'm not really going to be applying any eye makeup. Instead, I'm just going to be using a mascara. But before that, I'm going to curl my lashes. And for mascara, I'm going to be using the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. This has clearly become one of my current favorites. I'm going to finish this look with a Haus Labs lip liner in Endpoint. This is a nude lip liner. So I'm going to be using this in the borders as well as filling my lip with this lip pencil. And over this as a lip topper, I'm going to be using the Haus Labs lip oil in Neutral. I personally enjoy these kind of looks, and this is usually my everyday look. And to lock everything in, I'm going to be using a setting spray by Revolution Beauty. And here's the completed look: regular makeup versus reverse makeup. And this is how it looks in natural light. The reverse makeup side definitely looks more natural, more skin-like, especially when you look at the face up close. And on the regular makeup side, you can definitely tell that I have makeup on, I have blush on, I have contour on, I have bronzer on. You can see everything and it looks more makeup-y like. The main difference being with reverse makeup, you apply most of the products that give dimensions underneath the foundation. So that way it gives a more subtle look, because you have all the dimension products underneath the foundation, and then you cover it with the foundation and set it with the powder, so it kind of mellows down everything. Reverse makeup is the kind of look that I would wear when I do a no makeup look. Sometimes even on screens, the actors have a no makeup look. They use reverse makeup, so their skin looks beautiful. It looks like skin, but you can also see the dimensions. And regular makeup is the kind of makeup that I prefer when I go to special events and parties where I want to look a little extra. I'd love to know which side you prefer, so comment below and let me know. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and let me know if you want to watch more videos like these. Do check out the description box right below this video for links to all the products that I used today, along with links to my social media in case you plan to follow me there. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye guys.